But back to here, I think we should... I think we should think small. We've been thinking big for a little bit, so let's get back to thinking small, which is what the lovies like to do. That's their preferred ground. I'm going to show you 3 clips, which I've called Lefties, Lovies and Lawyers, and we'll just have a quick discussion afterwards. Just have a look at these.
I don't know what the evidence is, and I don't know what the merits of the case are, and I'm not willing to comment on it. And I don't think any of us should be.
That's all you need to know.
You don't know the rest of the case, Brendan. You've read something in the newspaper. That's not the same thing.
They wrote something on Facebook. They did not hit anyone. They did not damage property. They said something. Do you think someone should be fined $250,000 for saying something? Yes or no? Right. It's a really simple question.
I noticed that when people talk about those QUT students, they never mention the fact that one of them was alleged to have used the N-word. I'm not going to say it, the N-word in one of those Facebook posts. This is a situation. We never found out because it wasn't determined.
Yeah, but
we
he
never
said that
found
was
out.
not
Well, he
him.
would
But
say that,
you're presuming
wouldn't
his
he?
guilt. You're presuming his guilt on national television.
So the Human Rights Commission must have been aware that it wouldn't meet that standard?
Well, we could have made that judgment about what a court might do, but that misunderstands our role. Our role is not a court. We are there to, in effect, stop matters going to the court.
So, on Friday, submissions close for 18C, to the parliamentary inquiry into 18C. So if you care about 18C, make sure you get your submission in by Friday. Now, here we saw 3 lefties, 3 women. One's a Labor MP, one is the president of the Human Rights Commission, and the other is a comedian on the ABC. We saw 3 lovies. They're all on the ABC, and 3 lawyers. One is studying to be a lawyer, the comedian. Interesting career move. One was a lawyer and went into politics, and the other one is the lawyer at the Human Rights Commission. They all talked about the case of the QUT students, and all of them said something completely different. One said, leave it to the courts to decide. I don't want any information. I don't want to know anything. It's all too horrible. Leave it to the courts. Then when the court delivered the verdict that the guys were completely innocent, the next lefty-lovey lawyer goes, oh, no, forget what the court said. They're innocent. They're guilty anyway. And then the Human Rights Commissioner said something completely different again, saying, oh, it's not my job to know what the courts are going to think. So here we have the problem with 18C. You are guilty even when you're innocent. This law is so sick, you are guilty even when you're innocent. Even when you get through the process, you're still guilty in the eyes of the lefty-lovey lawyers. This is why this law must be scrapped. It's a bad, bad law.
Yeah, and you're still being slagged on national TV by the likes of Terry Butler. The truth is, Callum Thwaites never said the word nigger. And that was proven by the court. The N-word is not just a Negro for these lefties. We didn't say nigger. He was cleared by the courts, but he's still being punished in the public arena by Terry Butler. And of course, there's been defamation action to try and correct that wrong.
2 new lawsuits. There's two new court cases come out. There's one idiotic thing where one person said one thing. Ross?
Well, people criticise the right for obsessing about 18C on the basis that it's not the barbecue stopper, it doesn't, you know, it's not going to benefit enough. I'm saying the reason why I want reform of 18C is because it's going to benefit every single Australian. Because when you've got a system where ideas can only be discussed if they fit through a filter which says this will not offend anyone. That's the only filter. That's the filter which the left wants to force Australia into. And that would have ruled out Nikolai Copernicus. It would have ruled out Galileo. It would have ruled out Isaac Newton. It would have ruled out nearly all of the great leaps forward.
Like our show.
Like us.
And every person at a barbecue who's cracked a joke.
Yes.
That's who it's after. The left want to go after every ordinary kid, man or woman, who cracks a joke at a barbecue that they deem is not appropriate and they don't like the sound of it. And we see from those clips how they are all over the place in terms of what the law should mean and how the law should be used.